Folks, we are live. Welcome to Dungeons, Dragons, and Discourse. I am Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. To my screen right is none other than Glenn Hallstrom. He's not giving me the finger, it just looks like he is.
Old man
Grosvenor. And below the two of us is, I'm going to call you Long Island Jason. How about that? You know, because
Long Island Jason.
He's a fellow New Yorker, and he was a first-time North Texas RPG Con attendee this year. So
he's
Jason,
our guinea pig.
He's not a guinea pig. He's you're just picking on him because he's a New Yorker like me, you dumb fuck. I don't like being picked on from I'm a New Yorker. Pick on me because my other faults, which I'm sure are many.
I am a Californian. Anyway.
Yeah, no, that's you know what? You're right. That's a big enough fault. You have my sympathies.
Hey, we still accept.
I'm not too crazy about you
from
either.
The West Coast.
Yeah, you know.
I'm not crazy about you either.
But that's all, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be back.
No. Yeah, we're just gonna sit here and
They're gonna do that fisticuffs.
Unfortunately, on YouTube, you can only talk a good fight.
Wild Die Woodard says West Coast is the best coast. I will say you have a better shore than most of the East Coast. I will grant you that. But then again,
damn straight.
You know, we have the Long Island Sound, which is one step. Used to be the local cesspool. Now it's come back. Now it's just like dirty pond water.
Gentrified.
Well, actually, you know, the Pacific is much colder than the Atlantic.
That is true, and you know, you can go to the beach here.
Depends on how far south you go.
You know, Rockaways, Jones Beach in the New York area, and nice days if you know how the currents are going and you've been following the water temperature. It's almost like going into a room temperature bath. It isn't that cold until your feet get cold when you get a little bit deeper.
You guys aren't dodging like beer cans and drug needles?
No.
That's Texas.
No.
Yeah, no. Jellyfish. Usually that's what we got to dodge. It's like what did I just squish between my legs? And I hope it wasn't, garbage. Oh, even better. It's a jellyfish that has now decided to sting me. So yes. I'm gonna apologize, folks. I am suffering from either allergies or post-con crud cold. I don't know what it is.
Con crud.
I can almost guarantee you we'll have at least one sneeze during this live stream. I can already feel it tingling in my nose.
Look, this is one of the reasons I only go. This is one of the. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I said this is one of the reasons why I only go to one. I don't get the con crud then.
Listen, I hadn't gone to a convention in a year and a half. I don't know, almost 2 years. So I can't say it's the one con. I don't know. It could be allergies too. Allergies have been bad. But,
well, wait.
Okay.
I jump in and say that I have a prediction that Eric's going to actually attend a second con in the near future because I think he's going to go to ShireCon.
Oh, I'm going to Shire. I am a special guest at ShireCon. Actually, Tom Wilson reached out to me today and sent me my virtual badge. I got to get one for H. And I actually looked up to find a bed and breakfast. It's about 7 miles away from the convention, but I think Rich and I might make an extended weekend of it, do 2 nights, go up Friday, leave on Sunday.
Oh, you attend off-site? What's wrong with you?
Because it's a one-day convention. There is no on-site facilities to stay at.
Well, there's Tom's house, but I don't know how many people he wants over.
I forgot.
Yeah, it's not like I can just set up a tent and go, Tom, we're staying here. Oh, and by the way, if you don't have a porta potty in the back, we're going to come inside and use your shitter. I don't think he wants that. I really don't. No, David, I should not have worn a mask. It would have not have protected me. It would have protected other. Now you're gonna go. Well, now you should wear a mask, you dumb fuck, because maybe I have a cold. But wearing a mask would not have protected me. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
So let's get.
If you caught something, I'll bet you caught it at the midnight auction. That's how you caught it.
Oh, I tried to mute it and I failed.
Bless you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Boy, oh boy. Okay,
you know
let's
what?
get down to business here.
I'm allergic to Glenn.
Jason.
Yes.
Maybe you're allergic to the internet.
I could be, but if that was the case, I'd probably be dead.
Huh.
Go ahead.
Anyway, let's get down to business. North Texas,
Sure.
Jason, North Texas, first impressions.
So
You have a nice flight. What's your first impression of?
Well, flights, you just hope everybody's respectful on the plane.
Wait.
Number one. And actually,
okay.
What?
What?
Let's establish your cred. Now, as far as convention attendance goes, this is not your first con.
Sure.
Right?
No, not the first rodeo.
So what?
I've actually attended original Gen Cons when they were on the East Coast, way back as a child. So I went to actually a Gen Con at Widener, Pennsylvania College in, I think it was either 80 or 81. And had the pleasure of running into Gary Gygax, and my friend got his autograph. My friend Mark Polito got his autograph, and it was a great evening. I got to tell you, it was an amazing experience. The conventions weren't packed back then, but they was full of enthusiastic players. And I'm going to say I encountered almost nearly the exact same approach at North Texas, where everybody wanted to be there and specifically to play. And you could find a good game of all different types, especially OSR, and it was incredible because sometimes you get the short shrift, I think, these days with the other editions and things like that being predominant in the industry.
Whatever the latest edition is, yeah.
Ooh, 5e.
Right. Eric's had some very good comments on perhaps upcoming editions coming out of Hasbro. And, I think you had very good thoughts there, Eric, with respect to specifically, they're not going to break something that's working perfectly for them. It's actually on the ball.
Paizo's done that. I'm sorry, but Paizo's already told that crap.
Well, I'm not going to go there. Pathfinder was an excellent source, especially at the time of Division. And I actually, utilize some of their work in some of my games. Like Glenn, steal ideas from everywhere.
Oh, God,
That's what you do in a game. Absolutely. And I find some of the best writing was in the Pathfinder world, I think.
Oh, Pathfinder there. Adventure Paths. I think that is a money-making, huge well for Paizo to go to when or if they decide that the 5e well is the well to make their money, because they have such a huge back catalog, and they're already doing it with Savage Worlds, which I would gather is a testing of the waters, and it's like, what does this convert? Can we tap another user base? Because Savage Worlds is a fun system, but it doesn't have anywhere near the customer base that 5e has. 5e is scary big. So.
Yep.
Why is Siri popping up?
Oh
my God, Siri.
Hi, Siri.
Hi, Siri. Why are you popping up on me? No, geez, now I said that, and she's like,
gonna tell you why.
Well, apparently, my new setup, Siri has a male voice.
So,
hey, I'll turn my Fire tablet here, and Siri can talk. Siri can talk to Alexa.
Leave
No.
the S woman alone. What do you got, Chase?
So I just wanted to quickly say that, like I said, one of my most exciting points in my RPG career was meeting Gary Gygax at the time and getting to speak to him. And it seems like I'm having a renewal, because when I was at North Texas,
Right.
I was able to meet for the first time Eric Tenkar, and he signed his Swords and Wizardry for me.
All right,
So
I'm going to hide my head in shame right now, but yes. I would not consider myself to
You know how many times he signed those for me?
Yes. And then Glenn takes him and he goes, how long do I need to soak this before I can use it for toilet paper? Or macaroni or something like that. How long will your signature add color to the final result? But listen, North Texas is the only place I can think of where Rach was using the main women's room in the hallway, and Steve Marsh is sitting on a bench. And all right, come on, take a seat, and just sit there. Not even converse. Just sit there and enjoy the presence of another human being, as Rach was, doing what women do in the bathroom. Which I'm not even going to.
Steve Marsh is fun.
Steve Marsh, by the way, has confirmed that he plans to attend ShireCon.
He's fun.
So that's good. Yes, ShireCon with Steve Marsh. He's walking the Appalachian Trail, or hiking it. I shouldn't say walking it, because I don't think you can walk the trail. You need to hike it. And
he's very for a lawyer. He's very outdoorsy. Him and his wife.
So it's very
outdoorsy.
So the other thing is, now that I've been introduced to Swords and Wizardry Light, I've been telling my crew locally that Eric's going to come out and run a game with it.
I could do that. I'd have fun.
Yeah.
And it's funny too that I actually played in a game with Swords and Wizardry Light, run by Jason Elliott. And I visited up in Connecticut, and it was just like, wow, I'm on the other side of the. It's an interesting experience to play something that you had a hand in developing and writing. It's like, oh, okay, 'cause I knew it from the DM side. That's but then use it from the player side. I was like, oh, okay, it does work. I feel comfortable either side. It's an interesting feeling. But yeah,
absolutely.
As long as your your group is ready for the. I'm more of an improv type of DM, which usually means that my inspiration is. It's often just pulling out a card or two from the Inkwell decks. Inkwell has like these decks of layers, and I'll go through and I go, oh, that one, and which one inspires me? And then 20 minutes later, I got the adventure. I like that because it keeps it fresh for me and it keeps it fresh for the players. I know some people
I brought my dungeon dice.
Right.
Yeah. People I could play in B2 every day of my life. Well, maybe you could. And maybe B2 is maybe a wrong example because there's a lot of space for a DM to wing it. But most adventures, you've run them once or twice. You're kind of like, I don't know if I want to do this again, because you want things to be fresh on both sides of the aisle. So
absolutely,
yeah, that sounds like fun. That's the reason why I grabbed a bunch of copies of Swords and Wizardry Light from Bad Mike's table before leaving. Yes, Bad Mike, I know they're free. I don't know if taking 20 copies is still free, but I took 20.
And I've got
brought my 20.
There you go. Oh, we can start our own legion. Oh, we don't have a legion.
Let's be honest. There's one thing I got to be honest with, since I've roomed with Glenn. And Glenn has unsurpassed collection of material that he brings to the convention, and then he adds to it and takes home more. That is the man that is Glenn. More material than you can sneeze at.
I
Look,
keep waiting.
drive.
I keep waiting to buy one.
See, I don't drive. A ShireCon I'll drive, and I can bring more. And probably this year,
Right.
ShireCon, hopefully I'll remember to bring my player's handbook, because my player's handbook is like my high school signature book. So my original 1E player's handbook has signatures from every hobby. I started packing a bit too late, and I thought about it, and then I forgot about it, and then I'm going to the airport going, I never put that in the bag, son of a bitch. So
He'll get you
ShireCon,
next year, or at ShireCon.
I'm sure that Jason's going to be going to ShireCon.
You know, my Austin friends
like
have been really pressuring me to. My Austin friends have been really pressuring me to go to the Long Con.
I've heard it's very good. I've heard only good things.
I heard it's very good too, but I don't know if that's in the cards. We'll see. Lot of crap going on in my life.
Depends what
lately.
you roll.
That's true. I could roll one.
Well, let's be optimistic. Let's be optimistic, huh?
Well, I mean,
okay, what?
No, we're going to talking about cons. Go ahead, Jace.
I was just going to say, look, you want to pull out something out of thin air for optimism? I'll say, I have never heard, and never witnessed, I've never experienced the lifestyle of being in a Buc-ee's, but Glenn has told me it's an amazing act.
All right, Glenn.
It is. I believe it. One of their locations is the world's largest convenience store.
See, that's already scary.
And what did you bring into the room that day? A Buc-ee what? What was it called?
Beaver nuggets. For some reason, I kept calling them beaver nuts, but beaver nuggets.
I never heard of beaver
by the way,
I'm not sure which one sounds worse: beaver nuggets or beaver nuts. You got the nuts.
Nuggets.
Do you have? I'd like to eat some beaver nuts. Do you have beaver nuts? I didn't know that beavers had nuts. They're kind of like was it Rocky Mountain oysters, but they're a bit smaller.
And they had like a maple syrup flavor to them. I can tell you that.
Yeah, the Rocky Mountain oysters with a woody taste.
All right.
No,
I'm gonna have to.
I
don't think I can do this one. Jeez.
Oh shush. I just,
but
I took 3 bags home and they lasted 2 days. Yeah, they lasted 2 days. Everybody was eating. Even the dog was eating them.
Well, dogs will eat anything that has flavor that they're not supposed to eat. So it's like, I'm not supposed to eat this.
Yeah. Jackson, if it's sugary, he'll eat it. So.
Speaking of animals,
yes, it is. It is. Buc-ee's is a Texan. Where's the cat?
Yeah.
Eric, where's the cat?
Every time he's on the podcast, the cat's on the computer, and now I don't see the cat.
Yeah, no, she might. She's probably like sleeping somewhere. Yeah, she'll probably come by and we'll get a tail. My prior cat, Ashley, used to go, "Oh, you're playing with your friends online," and then come up and get her cat ass right in the camera and just kind of like wiggle it just a little bit. It was just, it's like, oh my God. It's like, oh, we got more cat ass. I'm like, yes, you got more cat ass. This one, not so much, but
sounds like orange. You're gonna market some new things.
I have no idea.
So what happened?
I'm trying beaver nuts and cat ass. Good. Kind of like cabbage rolls and coffee. An SCTV throwback for Glenn's benefit.
Oh, Lord, yes.
Well,
let's
like
go
I said,
in Oregon.
I hope one day to be lucky enough to experience Buc-ee's. I really want it because Glenn makes it sound wonderful.
Well, maybe next year we can go, instead of going to a barbecue, I can take you to Buc-ee's. It's like 20 minutes away from the place.
All right.
But what
I'm
else?
all
What
for it.
else? Give us more of what happened in North Texas for you.
So first of all,
Well,
I
I
was
lean out of the
pleasantly
picture
surprised.
and put some out of my mouth.
I was pleasantly
Yes.
surprised with the dealer's room because what we had wasn't what you call a significant dealer room, but what you had were dealers with significant depth of product, especially in old school stuff. And I
Oh
thought that
God,
was
yes.
important because that's exactly my spot, what I want to spend money on. And
The guy in the corner,
especially looking at,
next to the map
I
guy,
really,
he's always there.
Oh, Donahue.
yeah.
Yep. And
Yeah,
the
it's
maps
great.
were amazing. Oh my God.
Yes.
Done on
Oh,
real deer
those leather
leather
maps.
Yep.
Oh my God!
Oh, I was
Wow,
in love, and I had
I
no
was
like
blown away.
there's no place for me to hang this. But yeah, you know, if money was no option, sure. But then again, if money was no option,
I
I'd be
avoided-
buying the Easley painting. Jesus.
Yeah,
5,000.
I avoid.
Yep.
I believe it. I believe it.
That was surprising, a pleasant surprise, where I kept deciding what should I buy, what should I buy, what should I buy, and then
Mhm.
you know, the other thing was that it just there was a comfort level where you could sit down at any table, not know anyone there, and I didn't know it. A lot of people, I practically knew no one, and felt at home and felt comfortable playing or working with other team members of whatever group I was playing in. And
Yeah.
it was amazing experience in that respect. I just I can't say enough that it's worth the time, the effort, and the travel to go to that convention. Now, do I know if there's going to be capacity issues at that place in the future? I don't know, but I got to tell you, I'm trying to drag all my friends to go with me. So,
I
by the way,
think that-
Mr. Woodard,
who knows?
Yes.
go ahead.
No, I was
No,
gonna
I was
say,
going to say, Mr.
when it-
Woodard's admiring your T-shirt.
Oh, is he?
Oh, there he
Well,
is.
listen, let me
Yes.
explain something. Mara Project is part of me and part of my group here that I play locally with. We grew up playing this game. We went through all of third edition for quite a while, and then I was lucky enough to actually help kickstart the fourth edition, which is out now on Timeline Limited. And I have to say, one of the most impressive post-apocalyptic games out there. And I think I was discussing with you guys this before the show started, which is back in the 80s, there was a lot of games with the goal of kill, loot, win.
Yep.
And in this game, there's a totally different approach. It is first survive, second assist, and third help. And in fact, I think the shirt has a back. I don't know if you can see my back. Can you see my back?
You just begin to see
Oh,
your
yeah.
back,
See
sir,
my
but
back?
there's writing on top. Ordinary people, extraordinary mission. All right.
Missions.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
And
Missions,
that is
okay.
and the fact that it's a teamwork, the fact that it's a teamwork game, that it is in theory assisting others, and that improving the place you are. It's like the campfire rule. You don't leave things in worse condition than you find it. Like, you know, in other games, again, you could be the chaotic neutral or chaotic evil guy going around beating up people. But in my case, I really take pleasure in the fact that it's more of a challenge to do that, to help others within the environment that you're in. And I think players sometimes look to that because they're so used to the other aspects that we usually play.
Right.
Never
You're
played
you're
it,
not gonna
never
be a
played
murder
it.
hobo.
Right. Murder
Yeah,
hobo
you're
was a
not a
common
murder
phrase
hobo.
I heard at North Texas for some reason. I did hear that a lot. I don't know why, but I did.
Remember we used
these damn murder hobos.
Yeah, these young kids. Remember we used to call them munchkins?
Oh yeah. The Munchkins were all growing up. Oh my God, I haven't seen something.
Now they're murder
kids I haven't
hobos.
seen. Well, there are kids I hadn't seen in 2 years. Like I said, Glenn, I didn't recognize your grandson because I mean he went from like to like holy shit, and it's like he went from being a teen to a young man. It seems like overnight. It was actually 2 years, but not having.
I told him what you said. I told him what you said, by the way, and he said, oh, "That's funny, doughy."
Listen, you
said he was
you could be an
doughy
awkward
21-year-old.
Hey, you can be an awkward teen or a doughy 21-year-old. I'll take the doughy 21 and the 6-pack of beer, please. So.
Well, let me just say that Gage was, in my opinion, way mature beyond his years, performed amazingly well in the environments and the games he played in, and was just a pleasure to be around for the weekend. I was very impressed.
Remarkable.
I really was.
He's remarkable. But
yes, he is. He is.
Anyway,
but let me tell you another person.
So what did you get into? Well, who's that?
So I got into a lot of what was around me, and what I was going to just jump into now is Mark Hunt impressed the crap out of me with his game and gangbusters
our
and
roomie,
his philosophy, and his ability to on the fly mentally create, mentally strip away the veneer and get to the core elements of any game system in order to improve it in his viewpoint. And that's something that impressed me. I haven't come across a lot of game creators, and he just impressed me because he's a natural. He's just a natural talent.
He did that. Well, I was surprised. He wants to do a BX version of Tunnels and Trolls, so he asked me how it plays, and I tried to explain the best I could, which wasn't very good, and he still got it.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah. Yesterday I just sent off.
Really learning about that in the near future.
Well, I sent him my 5e box that I had. Because I have deluxe, I don't need the box. So it's like, here, you wanted more information, here's the 5e box. Take, with the book and everything in it. So he was happy to get that.
And another thing I learned is you'd never think it's true, but in this situation, you can actually say, thank God there's a Denny's nearby.
Oh, yeah.
Without that, we would all kind of starve.
Well, you know what?
Pretty much.
Rich and I were lucky. Chris Stogel took us out to get food, fill up our little mini fridge on Wednesdays. We hit Walmart and got some prepared sandwiches and salads. So because for those that don't know, the hotel was not really operating at full, like a post-pandemic capacity. They weren't operating at their 2%, which was what they were last summer. Because we got that from our van driver after our pickup from the airport. They had about 2% occupancy for weeks, if not months. But the restaurant is only open at 5 o'clock. Breakfast is not served on Sunday, and it's no longer the buffet. It is the sandwiches were good that they gave you, but it wasn't the same.
Well,
so there was a loss of
once they get up. Yeah, once they get up to 100%, I'm going to expect that buffet to come back somewhere around there.
Well, the problem is that they installed they built in this
that club,
huge club, members only club at the Westin.
And they started that 2019. I remember the year before because the whole front was being under construction.
Right, but the most that club can probably sit 100 people comfortably. I never saw more than 4. Usually I saw 0. So
you'd see like 5 people in there at the most.
It looked really nice.
Oh, I was in it.
It was really nice.
I'm not saying how I got in it. And I was just like, do I have to be like authorized? It's like, well, my badge gets me in. I'm like, okay, look, free sodas in the little fridge. All right. Oh, and I can get like a granola bar and some fruit. Listen, yogurt.
You know, I belong to that club. I belong to that club, that Bonvoy club, but I don't have the points for it, so I didn't even try to get in.
Yeah, no, I didn't even. I should have tried. Right? Look, the door opens. I can eat. I can survive on snacks. Honestly, I don't understand what the thrill to a place like that little elite club is when everything you get in there is something that you get in your 7-Eleven or Buc-ee's, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someday we'll get the Buc-ee's.
Someday.
Well, I had everybody bought for at home, my grandkids, except for Gavin, my youngest, who does not game. And I didn't see anything there he wants, so we went to Buc-ee's to get him something. And I asked Gage, well, what does he like? He likes stuff tacky and funny. I says, good, I'll give him a Buc-ee's T-shirt. He says, no, don't do that.
Oh. That's not tacky and funny. It's just tacky.
So speaking of tacky, I just heard Eric trying to sing for a minute. And I'm only raising that because I am in the midst of a karaoke legend in Glen.
Oh, geez.
Glen. But is Eric also a karaoke legend?
No, I am married to a karaoke legend.
No.
Oh,
you are. Oh,
yeah,
you're the hanger-on like I get with me. Oh, yeah.
I'm the one that videos. It's like, all
sing.
Right, this is going up on YouTube or it's going to go up on Facebook. I can record this.
Yeah. With Becky or my friends, it used to be, yeah, let's go karaokeing. Well, you're going to sing? No, I'm just going to drink. You sing.
I think that's the perfect solution. I personally like that myself. Like, my responsibility is drinking. I can probably handle that. Singing. Oh, no. We don't want me to sing.
So let me.
You get enough boozy, you'll be singing.
I get enough booze in me, I'll be snoring. So let's just keep it. Let's keep it real, sir. Let's keep it real. So yes, Jason.
Well, I was just going to jump to a little story about when I started gaming at the convention. So it was my first time playing a Mutant Epic game, and Dennis was running it, and he was doing an excellent job. And so there was a cast of scavengers, and I selected a mutant who was a thief, in essence. And I'm not used to playing classes in post-apocalyptic games, but in this game you do. And
right.
I was like, what the hell? I haven't done this before. I picked a character that was a thief, which I'm almost never a thief in an RPG. And so the first thing we do is we go to a bar. And what do? I look for the guy with the most equipment on him. And the whole gang just starts hanging out with this guy, distracting him and things. And I steal a laser pistol, which from what I understand, super high value, super wonderful range, which I learned later really helps. And it was a really nice way to start a game off where you pick off like what you consider a +3 or +4 sword or something like that from somebody that's way higher level than you to begin with. And it was just a great start to that adventure. And that adventure was really interesting, actually. It really was a good adventure. And the crew that we went with did a great job in working their way through some of the issues playing. And it was nice to see a bunch of players that were like, we haven't gotten to the objective. Let's not get distracted and fight everything on the way. Let's avoid some of these things. And it helped, and it really helped. So I was very excited to play something out of my ordinary. I was in different clothes, and it was a great experience.
Well, that's good. That's what it should be, really. You should be going to conventions to get out of your comfort zone and play stuff that you wouldn't normally experience back home.
Exactly, and I kept finding myself in that situation.
My criticism. Yeah, good. My criticism for myself next year: I need to GM more.
Oh well.
Okay.
I asked you.
I was too busy. I was too busy schmoozing, and because it's been 2 years, so I was schmoozing and that kind of thing. A little bit.
And whiskey drinking.
Had to do it with this. This knucklehead over here.
I don't know what you're talking about, Glenn. I have no idea.
And I gotta apologize. I missed that first podcast because I think I was sleeping while you guys were doing it, because I think you guys did it like around midnight.
That's okay. Well, that was like right after a game, so I think it was after my game.
Yeah.
Ty says hello, Eric.
Oh, I didn't realize that Ty was in the room. Holy shit. I'm too busy, sucking down phlegm to even pay attention to the chat. I apologize immensely.
Oh, well, maybe you should make a saving throw or get a health potion or something.
Well, if this was 5e,
the whiskey was all right.
Wait, the whiskey was all right?
That's right.
First off, it was free whiskey.
No, so I disagree. I'm sorry. There were some quite very good tasting ones. There were some ones that were better in a car engine, but there were some ones that I would drink.
What have you ever done to treat you so? What are you, Don Corleone? What are you talking about?
Well, he could be Roger Moore and James Bond, right? Isn't that the avatar he has?
And then, you never even think to call me Godfather. Why do you insult me like this?
When I think of mafioso movies, I always just think of the line of "Leave the gun, take the cannolis," because it just so. I don't want to say it's so cop-like, but it is just how the mind works. It's like, it's like, have I eaten food at a crime scene with blood and bodies? Yeah, because it's part of the job. So
it makes you hungry.
I don't know if it makes you hungry, but.
Eric, your favorite words probably are built into your brain, and they automatically come out. You just tell people, move along, people. Move along.
Nothing to see here. Keep it moving. Yep. No. Comes along with the territory.
So what else did you do, Jason? I mean, any other games you got? Did you get any impromptu games?
Well, the impromptu games, I wasn't getting into them. I was witnessing them or spectating, and I enjoyed it. And I had no problem not playing. I would have preferred to play, but I watched your Gangbusters game, and what I was impressed with your GMing ability was, little did I know that you, Glenn, are a ball of energy in the sense that I did not think you stood up all the time, and you're just pointing at people, doing things, this, that, and then doing the count off every 5 minutes, like 5, 4, 3, 2, and I'm just like, whoa.
Well, that's in combat.
Action GMing. Yep.
Well, I stand up until I can't. So
that's why I'm saying.
I stand up until I feel like I'm an old man, and then I sit up again. And then I get excited, I stand up again, and then I feel tired, and I sit down again. That's how my GMing works.
Isn't there a song about that, Glenn?
Yes.
I'm not even gonna hum it.
The players knock me down, then I get up again. Then we're gonna. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Exactly.
That British song.
Yeah. Every game I run, I'm always
the other thing,
am I really up to this? The other thing what?
So the other thing is the opposite of you. Your mirror images, but opposites. Like I said, your ball of energy and Mark's ball of energy, but Mark never leaves the chair. His brain just keeps spouting out, this is what's happening. This is what's happening.
I envy him.
And I'm just sitting there amused. His brain doesn't stop functioning. It just boom, boom, boom. And I'm sitting there watching them drive through Indiana and just keep coming across some actions and activities in their Gangbusters game that was impressing the hell out of me. And I was sitting there wishing I was involved, and I got to witness it at least. So next year I'm going to be in.
There you go.
Oh,
yeah.
And then there's Eric.
Well,
who I have
Eric
no
didn't
idea.
run anything.
I didn't run anything this year.
Yeah.
I will probably run something next year, and generally speaking, I don't sit when I GM. I played in 2. Actually, I played in pretty much, and I actually feel wrong calling it a play test because this was a very refined presentation. Ty Beard's Football Dynasty game, which I will admit that I was not enthused about the idea of playtesting a game at North Texas because I've done it before, and a lot of times you want to get away from the game, even if it means chewing your arm off to do so. And within the first round, within the first 15 minutes, I was hooked and disappointed that we only could play 3 out of the 10 rounds. I was like, this is really fucking good.
Well, let me say something. You walked out of that room and you came over to me and you gushed. It was one of the best experiences you had in ages, and you were so blown away by that game. I only am upset that I did not know about it until after the fact. I wish I could have been there and experienced Ty in full gear there playing, because I'm a football nut and I would have loved to have been there. You know, I don't see you, Eric, as a Belichick type, but you know, who knows? Maybe you are.
No, I'm a Jets fan, which means we don't build dynasties. We just build suffrage. It's like maybe an 8-8 season will be maybe we'll make the playoffs on the very last day of the back end. You know, it's one of those.
So
things.
I'll tell you what, Eric. Since we're both football fans, and since we live near each other, maybe you should come with me to the next Jet game, because I'm a Bills fan and we play every year, so we could go to the game together.
I would not say no at all, because I'll be honest with you, Rach would be happy to be not going to it, and I am damn well sure. She'd be like, okay, yeah,
you come with my friends.
Yeah. That's fine.
We're a big group.
Jets game out in I want to say MetLife Stadium, but it isn't MetLife Stadium anymore, is it? It's
MetLife. It's MetLife now.
It is still all right.
Yeah, it became that.
Okay, it became. I don't listen.
It used to be Meadowlands.
Oh yeah, it's right. It used to be the Meadowlands.
Yeah.
MetLife Stadium. I remember when the Jets were supposed to.
So Eric.
Yes. Yes, Glenn.
No, go ahead. Talk.
No, I was going to say, I remember when the Jets were going to get their stadium in like, I guess, the Lower East Side or something like that. And I was like, well, that's something I would actually get season tickets for. And that went belly up, never happened.
That was actually a good idea, having a stadium in the city. That would have been really nice.
Yes.
But of course, the Jets aren't allowed nice things. You know, they throw away Sam Darnold, so yeah.
Well, you know, it's been a year and a half. You haven't done what you needed. It's time for a change. And we've got a really good pick, so we can get somebody else who won't actually succeed.
I thought you were talking about the coach, the GM, the ownership.
There's a whole team.
Somebody don't like the Jets.
Listen, I actually respect the Jets, because to be a Jet fan is one of the hardest things at this point. But they can only go up. They can only go up.
It's like being a Mets fan in the 70s, but instead...
Well, I'm a Mets fan now, so yeah.
Okay. But instead of being a Mets fan in the 70s, being a Jets fan for life is repeating the fucking 70s constantly. It is like Groundhog Day. So...
Yeah.
I'm tying a
just like
Cowboys
Greg
fan.
Gillespie, Cowboy.
All Ty has to worry about
just like Greg Gillespie.
is that Dak does not get injured
right
off the bat. Because I think Dak's going to have a great year, but honestly, you got to worry because all that money sunk into the one guy, and if he goes down, you don't have the Red Rockets to take care of you anymore.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Right?
Right?
Ty's game kind of takes that into course. Like, well, if you got a great quarterback, but you built your team around a great quarterback. Once you lose that great quarterback, you're going to be suffering. You might get good draft picks, but you're going to be suffering. Oh,
so
now
Eric,
imagine, Ty.
Did you not?
I want to post something to Ty, if I have a second here.
Yeah.
Ty, imagine.
Well, no talk.
Dallas did not pay Dak. Imagine if Dallas didn't pay Dak. Could there have been a scenario where Aaron gets traded to the Cowboys from Green Bay, given the current situation? Think about that. That'd be crazy. That'd be Super Bowl bound right there.
I've always liked Aaron. I've always liked Aaron Rodgers. I've liked Green Bay. I followed them. I'm not going to say, if I was in the area and there was a game and somebody had tickets, I'm like, yeah, I'm going. Aaron Rodgers is a workhorse. So, yes.
Yeah. And let me say, I respect the hell out of Dak. I think Dak's done a great job. But again, look, you're talking to a person that knows in the next 6 months they're going to sink $1 gazillion into Josh Allen, and I love the guy. But like I said, you put all your eggs in a basket, it's scary.
You see, the Jets never had their eggs in the basket because their eggs are always broken. Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
No, I did. Yeah, no. For a second there, I did. There was a lag.
I'm saying the Jets just have, their eggs are always broken. Doesn't matter how many eggs they have.
Speaking of eggs,
yeah.
I recently was able to buy in a supermarket by me quail eggs, and wow, are they good?
Really?
Yes.
They're
like this big, very colorful, and they're very tasty.
Mr. Woodard, he says, there goes Glenn. No, they're toss ball again. But yeah, it's all of a sudden it took a weird turn about quail eggs.
Well, it's bringing us back into focus onto gaming as opposed to
Which I wanted to ask. Didn't you do Eric? Didn't you do a little Star Wars?
I did a little Star Wars. I did that. James Shields, and again, huge props to James Shields for saying to me in our weekly Discord hangout, "Oh, look, because I see that you don't have it. You're not registered for anything." I'm like, "No." He goes, "Well, I have an open spot in my Saturday morning Star Wars game." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, when we get off the Discord chat, I'll sign up for it." He's like, "No, you won't." I'm like, "Well, I'll intend to." And he's like, "But we're friends on tabletop events anyway." So he signed me up for it. So it was great. Cool. It was a great time. I got to Sean Stacks was one of the players in it. Your grandson Gage was another. It was a really really well run game.
Enthusiastic. Yes, that's what I heard.
So let me ask a question about the Star Wars system. Is it mostly 6-sided?
It's all 6-sided.
Yes, it's all six. It's all 6-siders. It's a dice pool system.
I have never had the.
Which is good.
Okay, I've never played it before. I'd love to play it.
Yeah.
Well, next year, come on down.
Yeah, the core system, Open D6, is available, I believe, free in PDF. And look at the core books.
That's
if you
right.
can find them on print on demand, they're not that expensive. And
D6 Fantasy, D6 Adventure, D6 Sci-Fi.
Yeah, the space. It's basically the Star Wars with the serial numbers stripped off because they lost the rights to that 20 years ago.
Say core D. I remember having that. If you want to go back to the very beginning of the D6 system, play Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters was the original D6 game.
Now, I was going to comment on another game I ran across that I had no expectation of seeing. I'm not even sure I knew it existed, but I walked into a room and they had a large color
I've
map
heard this joke
with figures
before.
on it, and it was aliens with the complete cast of colonial marines getting attacked by aliens, and it was pretty intense game. Everybody was very focused on it.
Oh yeah.
And I was just trying to figure out how the hell it worked, but it was really interesting because it was turn based and it was
Did
quite
you happen to
excitement there. There was a lot of excitement.
Did you happen to see Merle Rasmussen's Top Secret game? Where the players he puts Legos out there and they build the city.
Yes,
out of Legos, and then he runs the scenario
in his tuxedo,
which I thought was very cool. Oh, and Gage played BattleTech for the first time.
Oh, I was about to mention BattleTech.
He loved
it. Yes, I watched BattleTech.
He loved
it. Tell you, it was pretty impressive because it was first edition BattleTech, and to me, I was blown away by the degree of detail with respect to the locations on the armor, with respect to the actions that you could make, with respect to the amount of attacks you could do, the results of it, and just how everybody was focused, and it was a great time, and I was really learning. I think there's a lot more to learn, but I'd like to jump in one of those games in the future. I think I'm sold that I could do some of this tactical stuff. I think I'd enjoy it.
I knew Gage was gonna like it because he's a role player. Yeah, he loves D&D and stuff, but he is a tactician, and it's like, this game, because somebody said you're either gonna hate this game or you're gonna love it. Which one did he do? And I said, well, let me put it this way. Before we went to bed, he said, Grandpa, I had a Hornet and I killed 2 mechs with just one leg left. He said he loves it.
Yep, he's in.
He loves it. He's in. I have a feeling I'm going to be buying some BattleTech in the future.
Yep. There were a lot of down mechs all plotting, what can I do my last chance before I get destroyed or so. It was really interesting because they were just all over the map, and it was I was just trying to get a feel for it because I'm like, well, don't these mechs have really good range and distances? And no. And how good are the rockets and this and that? And it was interesting. It really was, because there was a level of expertise there that I don't think you come across every day, and that's how you learn the best, when you watch the best.
I was an early BattleTech player back when it was Battle Droids, and the fold-up figures didn't even come with cardboard. They were just sheets of glossy paper you had to glue onto like a cereal box and make your own. But I do remember the whole strategy of, you can have a lot of shit, but then you're going to overheat. So there was a whole balancing of armor and weapons and heat sinks and all that stuff. It's like, oh man. So I remember I played the shit out of the Commodore 64 version of the of BattleTech. There was this, not the one that was more like a simulation. That wasn't as great, but the one that simulated the board game aspect of moving different mechs and fighting other mechs. That was a shitload of fun. I really enjoyed the crap out of that.
Well, let me just say that all my BattleTech knowledge came from specifically one podcast that consistently talks about it, and it's a podcast I recommend to our viewers, and that is Fear the Boot, and they talk about BattleTech a lot. They're mostly role playing in general, but they have a lot of significant experience with BattleTech, and I'm impressed a lot with them. They really talk.
Podcast. I haven't listened to that podcast in a while. Holy crap!
They're very entertaining. They're very entertaining bunch of guys, and they're in Louisville, basically. So, I get a little slice of Americana from different parts of the country when I listen to different podcasts.
That's a good point.
Oh yeah. And then you get BS from us.
Well,
but we're good BS, man. We're good
West
BS.
Coast crap, right?
There you go. Well,
Oklahoma crap, anyway.
Well, Glenn represents Cali in Oklahoma, so he's West Coast, Midwest-ish.
No,
kind of.
He's a weird hybrid. He's a mutant.
All right, he's ours.
I'm a Californian. Ain't going to take that out of me ever. I just have to live here.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give it to you.
But I'm glad you had a good time, Eric. I'm always pleased to sometimes just gush. Should have seen Jay on the first time. He gushed all over the place.
Oh, the Spawn.
And
yes.
kicked Eric in the nards.
It just looked like that. And the picture was taken at the perfect time. Thankfully, he did not kick me in the nards. It would have been painful if he had.
Yeah, but he showed you your chest while you were talking to Frank. So
that is true. And if you there was actually an interview that went up earlier today on Aaron the Pendantic. Aaron interviewed myself and Bad Mike on Sunday at North Texas. And I do tell the story of when James happened to flash me man boob from behind Frank, and Merle saw, and Merle's just, Merle Rasmussen, too polite. Yeah, and Merle just too polite to say anything. But man, the twinkle in his fucking eyes said it all. It was worth it.
So
really
speaking
was.
of twinkle in eyes,
yeah.
Can Eric please present to the audience a picture of the costume he wore on Midnight Auction, please?
I do not have it available, and actually, I don't have a picture. I do have a video. However, it's not on this computer. It's on Rachel's cell phone. So, all I can say is think of Mr. Krabs, although technically it was a lobster, I guess. And I came out wearing what was Zach Lazer's costume when the Sea King's Malice had been released and was selling at Game Home. This is after Mad Bad Bob Bottolato, Robert, came out wearing his Speedos. And then, because they were talking about a costume that had been worn at a con, and Rob had come out in Speedos a couple of years ago at North Texas, and then he starts to take off his Speedos, thankfully wearing smaller Speedos beneath it, which was a blessing. And then I come out as the lobster. So yes, Jason, you will see it this summer.
And a lot of us got this.
What? Oh, yeah, the coins. Yep, the Lloyd Metcalf, Bad Mike the Devil coins.
Yes.
I think
Lloyd
Metcalf gave me this one. Hold.
Yeah.
No, you gave it to me to hold.
Oh,
I had
no,
you.
You didn't.
Okay, I gave it to somebody.
And he's closer.
Yeah, you gave it to me because you were going to bed.
He's way closer.
In case you won. It's like
That's right. In case I won, right? I was like, I don't know if I win something.
Yeah. No, we got.
So
I got it after I got mine the next day. It's a nice souvenir.
Yeah.
Is that how they were bidding with those coins?
No,
I didn't go to the midnight auction. So.
Lloyd had a secondary auction for art and stuff on the side of the midnight auction. So that was separate.
I gave it a shot.
So
yeah,
but it was an interesting show. The auction was really entertaining. Bad Mike is actually maybe blessed as an entertainer, perhaps, because I have rarely seen somebody wear a Satan suit as well as he does.
Yes. Yeah, he plays the role well.
I don't know. But
just like it's Eric.
I hope he never starts any other cons. I hope him and Doug never start any other cons. Satan would have to travel to them to do midnight auctions.
Well, it'd have to be. We need more people playing the role of Satan. Today, playing the role of Satan is Long Island Jason.
It's it could you can send it to other cons. It'd be like people doing department store Santas once a year. That kind of thing.
That's true. Yeah.
By the way, my current game is running with Glenn. Sorry.
And soon, Eric?
My current game running with Glenn And soon, Eric, right, initially was they rolled into a task for a demon lord, Yinogo, who is the Knoll demon god. And it took quite a spin. And I know one thing now. I know how to turn Glenn's stomach upside down. All I got to do is produce a slug.
Ooh.
No, it's more like you can really get my irritation and annoyance with blood. It's like, oh, God, here comes somebody. Well, guy's got to cough up a slug. The slug's going to talk to us and more exposition. Okay.
No more slugs.
No more slugs, please.
Glenn,
it was a talking slug.
By the way, before we go on.
It was a talking slug.
Oh, well, that makes it so much better.
That was the worst part about it.
You do know the way to kill slugs, right? Because we had a huge slug problem when I was younger up in the Poconos. I carry a bag of salt. Yeah. No, you don't need that, man. What you need is a can of shitty beer and a bowl, and you put it out overnight, and the slugs go and they smell the beer, I guess.
Get drunk.
And they drown. You come out, you get a bowl full of dead slugs, which we certainly did.
It is true. That is true.
Oh, I don't even like to think about that. Oh, by the way, before we go any further, Doug, if you're feeling any better, and I hope you are, we're still thinking about you. Mr. Doug did not make it this year because he's in the hospital. One of our main guys at the con.
Yep.
I gotta say that I was hoping to meet him because I heard such great things about him, and hopefully next year we can touch base.
Yes. Have you heard any further word from anybody, Eric?
Last I heard about Doug is that he, I believe, is still recovering in the hospital. He still doesn't like bed rest, and he is being
who does
Doug, which means he wants to be hands-on on the con wrap-up of paying the final bills and stuff like that. And they're kind of just like, no, you're hospitalized. We got things that have to get done. Can't wait on you. Listen, Doug is used to
did an exceptional job.
Oh my God, they did an amazing job. They really did. Listen, even the attendees they stepped up, and there was not that there really ever is misbehavior, except for one or two people in the past who shall remain nameless, but everybody was awesome.
Every con gets it. Yes, they were.
Everybody
would have been proud.
Was awesome. Yep. We thought at one we had. I think there were two almost incidents. One person lost their wallet, but then I think they found their wallet. So
somebody almost lost their laptop.
And that's the other thing we want to talk about.
Laptop.
That I believe it was Gary. That was the con laptop, and we did we started a full search, and then one of the other volunteers had removed it from the check-in desk and removed it back. So nothing got stolen. Nothing got misplaced. We've had years at the con where somebody's briefcase went missing, and then hey, Mark Hunt is in the room, and then Mark found. The last thing you want to do is, if you're not a con goer, is steal somebody's briefcase, because you're not going to get a computer. You're getting gaming material.
So I'm going to jump in here and just say the only thing I regret about the convention was that Mark was unable to come with us to barbecue, because we had a really good time going out for barbecue. And wait, Mark went, actually. What am I saying, right?
No, Mark wasn't with us.
No, he didn't.
Mark didn't go, right. No, but we brought it back for him. But I'm saying I wish he had gone with us. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
It was...
that was good barbecue.
It was very good barbecue. I've never had bad barbecue in Dallas, and I've had it a couple of times now.
Right. Now, would Mark get the dinosaur bone like Glenn did?
I don't think anybody else. They probably only will have one of those dinosaur bones at a time.
Yeah.
It was quite
Becky
large.
liked it. Well, I brought it home. Becky liked it. She, it was huge. But that's the kind of food you can find in Dallas if you go out of the hotel, which you have to now.
Right.
Yeah, and if you don't go to Denny's, I got so sick of Denny's. I went there before time. So sick of their food.
There's nothing wrong with a Grand Slam, but sometimes you need something else.
Yeah, 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, there's
exactly.
only so many you can do on one trip. It's like, I don't know. It's gonna be the poundage and the blood sugar through the roof. I don't think so.
Now I will say this: Mark and I went to the taco truck outside.
That was good,
and we had some decent tacos. I thought, yeah, that was pretty good.
And the burger truck was good too. I was impressed.
Was it? I missed all of them again. Dang it! Maybe next year. Gage really missed they didn't have the hotel serving the flatbread pizzas anymore, and he really missed those. He loved those. Must have bought him like 4 of them the time before.
I didn't even know they had them. So,
but anyway,
nothing
had them
missed
like
on my
2019.
end. Oh, okay, I had no idea.
Okay. Yeah. But hey, we did our con wrap up. How about you folks?
Yes.
You gonna come to the con?
Yeah, folks.
Lots of fries. I didn't know they.
I didn't know
we bought this thing of fries and we couldn't really hit them hard.
Really? Yeah, the tacos were good. The tacos were we got chicken for Rich and steak for me, and I was very happy. We got some decent Mexican places by me out here in the Grand Borough of Queens in New York City, and this rivaled the better places. And for a food truck, that says a lot. Yes, David, you should be there. I think you're relatively local, I thought.
Yes, you should. Woodard should come out too.
Look,
he's in California though.
It was worth the travel. It really was. I thought worth the travel. And so the next focus should be ShireCon and Tom Wilson, because that's a person that impresses me, especially with his writing of basic D&D and Gamma World. He is an impressive writer of Gamma World.
Oh, he is very and he is on time with his projects. Here, I'm going to make an announcement for next North Texas, just for David. Houston's close enough. You're in the same state. I know it's a big state.
Yeah.
But here, I'm gonna sweeten the pot for you. So Wednesday on Talking Crit, Bad Mike and I gave away $500 in drive-through RPG gift certificates. And we hit 500 subscribers. I think we're at 523, 524 now. So if we
missed that.
If we hit 1,000 before the end of the year, in addition to giving away another $500 minimum, I will find a way for the tavern to host a tavern room complete with alcoholic beverages. At the con. We'll have a tavern gathering one night, and all the taverners that listen to the podcast, read the blog, watch the YouTube videos, hang out with me at conventions.
Are part of our family.
Yeah, I was thinking I could do the bar, but the bar tab would probably be like $1,000 to do that for like 2 hours, and it's probably not worth my funds at that point. Could probably do it cheaper just by buying bottles of alcohol. Come out a day or two earlier, rent a vehicle, and liquor people up. What could be better at a convention than getting people liquored up?
But you don't put it behind the wheel when you're looking.
The audience, right. But you're saying the audience will be entitled to shots at the bar with Eric and Glenn.
No, well, not shots at the bar, because that's going to be too damn expensive. We'll have our own bottles in a room in the convention area. I'll work out the details with Bad Mike and Doug, and we'll make. Listen, Kind of like you went into the BattleTech room and you saw the amount of liquor they had there. Something like that, but without BattleTech being played. Just people hanging out and bullshitting.
BattleTech players are hard drinkers.
Yes, they are. Yes, Greg, you should be at North Texas next year. There's a lot of people that I've spoken to that didn't attend that would like to attend for the first time, and there's a lot of people that attended for the first time this year and are overwhelmingly happy with what they experienced. What are you worried about, Glenn? Too many people?
I'm worried. No, I was worried that Doug wasn't there, so I couldn't hand him my $120 for guy for next year.
Oh, well, I'm sure you can always PayPal them.
So now I got to stay.
I'm sure Bad Mike would have took it.
Boozing us. Oh yeah, but he told me, he said, well, Doug's not there. You might want to do that. I says, okay.
Well, because Doug, listen.
I just want to.
Doug knows the system.
Want to show me ever get badges?
You'll get your badges. You'll get your badges. Trust me, sir. You'll get your badges.
I have a complaint. I have a complaint about the con.
There's a complaint. Let's get Bad Mike on the phone.
The door's over there.
I'm gonna tell you. And I complained at the desk. And I didn't get a satisfactory response. I asked, where can I buy one of those damn dice towers from North Texas with the sticker on it? And they said, we're going to go get some from the warehouse. Never got it. And I'm like,
Remind me, I'll reach out to Bad Mike and find out how we can hook that up here.
I'm willing to pay for the damn dice tower.
Well, I'm sure it's doable. I'll make sure it happens.
They me to the website where they sold them. I bought my own. Didn't have a sticker on it, but I did it up real nice.
Well, I want the sticker.
Well, you showed the one I had. That's the same tower. I just turned it into. You guys just drew on it.
Right. I'm so old school. I never played with a tower before.
Anyway.
That's how old school I am.
Okay.
Oh, I've actually used a dice tray. I reached the new century.
I'm so old school, my dice roll off the table. So, that's what I do.
Listen, I'm so old school, my original D4 went missing for, I think, about 12 years. And then I'd given my room to my son, and he moved out, so we were clearing up stuff, and I'm like, what the hell is this? My original D4. I was like, my God, 12 years later, because we didn't have dice trays. Went off the table. It was, if you can't find it right away, it was gone.
So speaking of original sets, I started out with
Mark says electronic dice. I had a Dragon Bone.
Sounds like a personal issue, but okay.
The light, yeah. No, you sell something called Dragon Bones, a little electronic, had lights for each die, and you'd press it. Yeah, I had one of those.
So I started out with the Holmes set.
Right.
The Holmes box set, right? And in the Holmes box set, you had the blue book, right, with the dragon on it. I had the original, ugly dice and the chits. Yeah.
And the chits. You got dice and chits.
I had these really crappy dice in there. I was like, whoa.
The old soap dice.
I don't know if I had.
With the crayon.
Well, no, these dice did not come with the crayon.
Yes,
I don't think.
Yes.
I had the original the original Gamma World box set came with the same shitty polyhedral that were warped. Too. And then you were getting those I think for a while they were putting later on they were putting these blue dice in that came with the crayon, but I was one of those. I don't play basic. That's for kids. I'm 12 and I'm learning advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Why would I want basic? Look, it's $1 in the discount store.
Right.
I'll buy it for the dice. That was it.
Right. So I remember buying the set.
Mark had the dice
chips too. I remember at the same exact time. But I was going to say that I would take a family trip into New York City because I live on Long Island.
Okay. Right.
And we would go to the world famous, and I'm not joking when I say this, Complete Strategist.
Yep.
And I would buy my dice there. And that is where I got high quality products. That is where I pick up Judges Guild material. That is where I picked up really unique figurines made in lead and metal that you could get nowhere else. I mean, Complete Strategist was the place to go to get things, and they still have an insane amount of back material still on sale that they sell.
Right. The Judges Guild stuff, I remember seeing that in my teen years and going, oh, this looks like garbage. Oh, why would I want to buy it? Now as an adult, I'm like, what a asshole I was for not buying it. My God.
This is why I have a milk. This is why I have a milk crate full of Judges Guild.
Well, the truth is, I probably wouldn't have been buying the setting material. I would have been buying like Rat and a Stick that is still like $2 on eBay or some shit like that.
I should have put that in the box for Mark when I sent it to him. I had Rat and a Stick in the world's deadliest dungeon, both for tunnels and trolls.
Oh.
But you know what? Rat on a Stick, if you ignore the Rat on a Stick part, it's a really good dungeon.
I actually remember struggling a little bit running some of the Judges Guild material because it was a little off mark with respect to what we were playing in AD&D, basically. It was a little
kind
bit
of vague,
and it was like, yeah. You want to talk about it? Yeah.
And like, a nice thing, the weird thing I thought, the weird thing I thought was that the modules, or most of the modules, didn't really tell you what levels they were for. So you had to kind of guess, or Yeah,
so you're right.
Okay, we're gonna run Dark Tower for first level characters. Yeah.
TPK is coming down the road with those.
Yeah, after about the third set of characters, it should be fun.
They're never gonna live. Don't you understand?
No, I need to ask this question to both of you, and that is, initially when you were running games in your earlier days,
yes,
were you DM types or GM types that had high body counts of players or not?
Glenn, you want to go first? I was a player type because I didn't start GMing until like about 20 years in. But I didn't have high body counts. I wanted these guys to succeed. If they die, they die. But I'm not going to do. I don't go out on my way to do TPKs or anything.
Huh. Okay. Well, I was,
and I'm going to tell you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Eric.
No, I'm saying I was the GM type because, like in the military, they look for a volunteer and everybody else takes one step back. That was my groups by default. It's like, oh, I guess I am the DM. So, by default, D&D or AD&D was the system that I ran. I could play in other stuff, but nobody else in my regular group would run D&D because that's Tenkar's, that's Eric's.
I found two reasons why I was the GM. Perhaps because I was most interested, but also perhaps because I probably spent the most money on product. So I think those were the reasons why you became the GM mostly. It was just like, that's how it worked. And also because it was hosted at my house.
I started GMing it by default because we had no lack of GMs, but if there was a different game that's nobody played, if I want to see it played, I got to run it.
Right. See, now my viewpoint on GMing is very, very explicit. And that is, when I come to you and you're in my game, the goal for me, and maybe it sounds a little weird, but the goal to me is to present the group, the audience, the players, with the most realistic approach to the environment they're in that is at all possible. And when I mean realistic,
nothing wrong with that, really.
The gravity of the situation, the NPC's actions and activities, the terrain, the rooms, the doors. I want them to experience real world matters, no matter what kind of character they have, no matter whether they're using magic or not. Look, in certain cases, your spell's not going to work in this situation. In certain cases, you're not going to get an arrow off in certain situations. And no, you can't switch from a bow to a sword in 5 seconds. It doesn't work.
Oh, come on. Why not?
Yeah, I can. I can drop the bow.
As I get older, right. And as I get older, I'll be damned if I don't hit everybody on encumbrance. Because, damn it, you're not walking around with 10,000 gold. Sorry, you're just not.
See, for me, I was never a stickler for encumbrance, but I would eyeball the sheets and go, all right, dude, listen, you're not carrying your all 6 swords, 2 axes, 2 bows, and a crossbow. That just ain't happening. Yeah, I mean,
you have the donkey to carry it all, right?
Yeah, it's just like I wasn't going to do D&D and algebra, but I certainly wasn't going to do just hand wave the whole thing. But then again, back then too, we probably gave away too much magic because you went by the book, and if you rolled it, you gave it away. My 2nd level character got a frostband. How'd that happen? Well, the dice said it so. Like, maybe not. Maybe not.
Who knows?
Yes.
Anyway.
And then I will say another thing that happened, and I'm sorry. This is one thing that happened in my players group when we were at a very high level of, how do you say, participation in my neighborhood. As it turned out, there was one core group playing in my game,
right,
and my group, and then there was another part on the upper block playing another game in another group. And of course, what happens with young adolescent males, then there's competitive
girls
process.
No. Gaming over girls until you're in your late teens. Then it's
correct.
Girls over D&D.
So what happened was, we supposedly selected a neutral third party to run a game, and essentially it was a singular room with competitive characters on both sides, rolling for initiative, and then looking to kill the other team in a one-off gladiator scenario. Oh, you should see what everybody was pulling out in that game. It was incredible stuff, and I learned very hard that my tendency to play fighter types paled and was insignificant compared to the higher level magic types that were in that death dungeon. Oh my!
I'm sure
it was just a destruction. I mean, and I did not realize this, but the GM made it a death dungeon trap everywhere. So half the people were getting killed by the dungeon, not by the other players.
Oh, that's cool.
It was a bloodbath. It was a literal bloodbath, but it was a fun time.
By the way, I did see the gladiator arenas at the con, but were they still doing Circus Maximus?
They were doing Circus Maximus. They gave away the prizes for it, the trophies.
Yeah.
But did they use the big track? The giant one.
I have no clue. Probably.
Because they had this giant. Somebody made this giant Circus Maximus track that covers like a whole table and everything.
Oh. How does it work with the movement and everything on a chariot? I don't know. I've never played it either.
Turn-based, I believe. I've never played. I've watched a couple times. I believe it's turn-based.
We may have to play next year. We shall see. Well,
yeah,
we're knocking up on an hour and a half.
Anyway,
pretty good. And I've mostly been potty mouth. I've been mostly potty mouth free.
Well,
mostly.
You still have a chance. You have a chance now to get all of it in right now.
I don't. Yeah, well,
we got a few minutes. Go ahead and throw them in.
Come on. Like my son was so famous saying when he was 8, maybe he was 10, and I caught him dropping the F-bomb. I'm like, dude, what are people going to think?
So I want to just reach out to the audience and say, it's been a pleasure, first of all, getting to know both Eric and Glenn as individuals, and playing with Glenn, and hopefully in the near future, Eric, and then as well as enjoying the company of Eric and his lovely wife, Rachel. And on top of all that, you're all invited to play in some Mara project with me in the future, because that's what I'm looking to have happen.
Okay, well, as long as I'm not running it, I'm happy to play in it. And does it still have the overlays, the templates to see where the shot lands? That was the Mara project, right?
No, they're just percentile die rolls.
Oh, okay.
4th edition. And
okay.
And I just want to add that the podcast they do with the live action is called Tomorrow's End, and it's on
Tomorrow's
Apple
what?
Podcast. So people, if you want to get into
Tomorrow's
End.
Tomorrow's End.
Okay, Tomorrow's End.
END.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So just something to check out.
Anyway,
and
folks,
Fear the Boot was the other one I really liked.
Right. Well, Fear the Boot I haven't listened to.
Oh,
I'll be honest, since I was working. They were one of my commuting podcasts, because they were good length, like, I don't know, 40 minutes long. But
by the by,
when I used to work in the city and commute, I'd listen to them all the time.
Yep, that was me too.
By the by,
Glenn, what are you going to be doing there?
You
get me scared when you disappear like that.
Glenn is off screen. He's going to come back topless.
I'm good at that.
Or bottomless.
By the way, I might as well plug, since he's listening, and I'm going to plug the stuff. Folks, get this great Western RPGs and BX, and The Front, World War II BX, again by Mark Hunt. Both of these are great games.
Yeah,
and Mark better bring more stock next time, because he ran out.
Yeah, Mark Hunt is just fabulous with his writing and his editing ability. My God, the man has so many talents. It blows me away.
Yeah, Mark is good people.
I think we should. You want to do it, Eric?
Sure, I'll do it, folks. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. I want to thank Glenn for filling in for Joe the lawyer this week, because Joe is driving from Connecticut to the Jersey Shore for a wedding.
Anytime.
I want to thank Jason, Long Island Jason. That's what we're gonna. His con badge next year at North Texas will say Long Island Jason.
I was hoping to call him barbecue buddy.
Well, I think Long Island Jason sounds more mafioso Italiano. Hey, Long Island Jason.
Isn't that a drink?
No. Long Island Jason knows Joey Bag of Donuts, knows...
hey,
Eric the Ice
Queen.
Yeah, that's the ticket. Folks, none of us are medical professionals. I am not going to give you advice as to what to do in the world of COVID, aside from saying use your common sense. You know your health risks. You can't keep others out of harm's way if you yourself are sick. I'm suffering from either allergies or a cold. It isn't COVID, folks, but man, it's fucking annoying. But really, you got to take care of yourself before you can help others. Be safe, be well. God bless.
You're right.
Roll those dice.
Good night, folks.
I'm going to knock on wood and annoy people. All right, folks. On that note, we're out of here. Mañana with Gamers Health.
Bye-bye.
Tomorrow night.